Hey guys, Brian here. This is part 2 of the washstand video. I don't think I ever did a scan of the top shelf in the last video, so there it is. And this is just a bunch of random toys and assorted goodies. Now I did a whole vid on all the, I did a separate detailed vid of all the ceramic pieces in here, so I'm just going to skip over those, and I'll leave a link below to the ceramic video so you can check those out in all their detail. I'll just skip over them so the vid won't take any longer than it should. And first of all, I love that groovy fabric. That was one of my grandma's peacock blouses from the early 70s. And there's Fry Guy, or Goblin as they're known now. They even still have those anymore, because fries are bad for children, so don't show cartoon characters of them. But those were some of my favorite characters from McDonald land in the 70s. I believe these are from the 80s. There was a whole ton of those. I wish I'd gotten them all. Just a random flower pot with frogs and Jelly Belly Easter eggs. Alice in Wonderland stuff, Snow Globe with Alice, ceramic Cheshire Cat, and a Hallmark Cheshire Cat. I did a whole video on my non-Christmas Hallmark ornaments too, and of course every Alice in Wonderland area has to have mushrooms, duh. This is a Disneyland plastic cup from the 80s. From my Disneyland days. And check out this groovy 1974 picture of my sister and her friend. They had to make these dresses for a 4-H club. It doesn't get any groovier than that. And there's Heimlich. And a random caterpillar. Some dragonfly squirter thing. That was a Buddha that was one of my grandmother's things that sat on her shelf my entire childhood that I ended up with. And some vintage 70s happy face cake picks or cupcake picks. Some lizards in a little box my mom made for me. There's Pegasus from Hercules. It was a Happy Meal toy. There's a little groovy from the 60s, little candle wicks that you put in wine glasses, part of this, 60s and 70s wine sophisticated culture. There's a grasshopper Pez. And this weird thing, this is a Christmas ornament from Hobby Lobby from years and years ago. It's very Dr. Seussy, and it's just so, it makes no sense, and I love it. And they had a whole end cap filled with different styles of these. I wish I'd gotten them all, but this is green and purple, my favorite color combo, so I had to get that one. Just totally bizarre. Here's a classic 70s McDonald's breakfast anchor hocking milk glass coffee mug that my parents stole. This is just a random Guts dude. I got it in Goodwill or a thrift store somewhere for $1. It's one of those little weird things you find at thrift stores. And this groovy 60s, whoops, or 70s Get Will card. Brass unicorn I've had since I was a kid. These little gnome cake toppers from the 60s is in my mom's old cake supplies. I've seen a lot of people that have those. They used to come with little tools that went in their hands, but those tools are long gone. And they also double as little elves in my Christmas displays, so I get a lot of mileage out of those. This is Mr. Beaver from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Let's see. Let's see what here. Yay! And this is now. But any kid from the '70s, you probably know what this is. This was Tupperware. Had a whole line of toys in the early '70s, and these were just fantastic. It was a whole set of blocks, and each one came with a little green figure in it that represented the letter. Like this one was N, so I don't know, maybe it was a nurse, I don't know. But this is the last remaining piece I have of that. That was one of my favorite toys when I was a kid. Who knows whatever happened to that, might have went to my nephews. Let's see, what am I missing here? Here's a groovy '70s fridge magnet that was on our, you know, goldenrod fridge my entire childhood. Now the glasses. Let's see if I can do this without breaking any of them. This is a old '70s Peanuts glass. Now for you sci-fi nerds who love the new Battlestar Galactica, this is the original, let's see, Battlestar Galactica from 1979. That's the original Apollo. I think the new Apollo is a chick, but he used to be a dude. And this was, let's see, doesn't say where it's from, but it was like, you know, Pizza Hut or McDonald's or Burger King, one of those places that used to always have glasses for stuff when I was a kid. That was a big thing when I was a kid, is glasses. They don't do that anymore. And for instance, here's an old Pizza Hut 80s ET glass. Try to get the glare off of there. Oh, you know, Pizza Hut. This is a 1975, I believe. Snap, Crackle, and Pop Kellogg's Rice Krispies glass. Now back in, I think, 82 or 83, McDonald's had a whole line of Camp Snoopy or Camp Peanuts glasses. And I used to have all of them when they first came out, but over the years, you know, what happens to glasses? Now some of these are from my childhood, but then some of these have been sent to me by friends over the years. And here's the fourth one. There's 5 of them. I'm just missing one. Let's see. I think that's everything. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this miscellaneous random area of the Manchild cave. Take care, guys.